He has chosen QSFN, but we are starting out with Aphelion, the drag bat attack strategy. Now, this was used in the very first matchup today, and it didn't end very well. So let's find out what happens with this one.
It's a big commitment to keep all those freezes on reserve for your bats toward the end of the attack. That splash damage can annihilate the main cleanup force if you're not very careful. So Garakut is going to have to play heads up with these bats. Now, fortunately, he does have a single target Inferno there in the center that he can pretty much ignore for this attack. Instead, takes out the Town Hall early on to the top corner and will sweep from the bottom side with these dragons now, taking out the Eagle, multi-Infernos, air defenses, and scatter shots, and then hoping to get the bats dropped on the top side here, spreading and fanning out with Rage Freeze. That's a lot of firepower.
Garakut has been preferring the Queen charge, but recognizing the limited splash coverage towards the backside of the base for this one, bats already used so that they can combine with the dragons right onto that single target Inferno, but they are struggling actually to take that down. It finally does fall, but the dragons have taken a lot of damage. Bats also pretty much down towards that left-hand side. There's not many left, but with the Queen ability, Royal Champion ability, and three freeze spells, Woody, he's just got to use those correctly and make sure the hero abilities can finish it off.
I am a bit flabbergasted that we didn't see those freezes used to protect the bats. Instead, it's going to be used on the back end to try to keep these Dragon Riders up, but a little bit slow there. Loses one to an air defense. Another one goes down to a Seeking Air Mine.
Wow.
He's going to get it after all, but man, he took a walloping at the final stage of the strike, still with a swag freeze left to deploy. Garakut looking very confident with the end of this strike. Claps his hands and pumps his fists. I know his fans and the rest of the Aphelion esports squad are going to be doing the same thing.
Exactly how they started in the previous matchup against MCES. What a quick attack that was as well, though. Really just using the troops in perfect synchronization. Like you said, the bats purely used to wipe that top area a little bit and alleviate damage for the heroes moving to the back end of the base. But we know how good QSFN are. I'm sure they will not let that phase them. They did get the perfect war earlier, so they will just need to continue focusing on their own game. And it is Leo starting us off using the Hydra attack. A couple of lightning spells, which most likely will be for a sweeper, but he's got a good concoction of troops here.
Yeah, able to insulate those dragons using the bats to protect on the air defenses was just the pièce de résistance, the excellent finish for that last strike. But like you mentioned, we're going into Leo now with a Hydra army, taking a chunk out of the top corner where that Eagle artillery stands. A big opportunity to finish that off, especially with slow-moving troops cruising along the other side of the base. Good eye here from Leo to see that opportunity here. Two multi-target Infernos in the center, a big bastion of defense, a stalwart bulwark for SIO's defense. If he can get a rage spell dropped on that top left side and cruise on in, he could be getting really great value, but he's still holding on to the Eternal Tome despite all this splash damage coming in. Finally drops it a bit late for my taste, but maybe that's going to get value after all.
Yeah, you just wanted to save it for the Battle Blimp moving through, but to be honest, it would have been nice to see that Battle Blimp a little bit earlier so that there was no chance of the dragons going towards that poison. Now, thankfully, he has actually cleared out the buildings in front of the Town Hall, so the dragons do move to the center of the base. As long as that goes down, that's all you aim for. He's hoping the Royal Champion can power through the back end of the base, particularly with the dragons trying to take down the enemy Royal Champion, and she does indeed fall, meaning his heroes can now just focus on the defenses.
There's no healers, though, so he really does have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, all the defenses are down except for just a lone Tesla up on the top side. Unicorn's going to get him topped off, and yeah, I think the heroes are going to be able to finish it off. Reasons to the Tesla, the last remaining defense. And Leo can roar like a lion because 3 stars for QSFN will keep them right evenly matched with Aphelion Esports.
I love that little stare at the camera he just gave us. Just really into the eyes, making sure that Aphelion Esports know they are in for a fight here. The 3-star response, very quick himself, not quite as fast as the opening attack from Aphelion Esports, but QSFN hot on their heels, making sure that they know what is to come.
Well, it is a rarity, but time has been a tiebreaker used before, so I guess that will be a consideration here. Still with 44 seconds left in the attack, Leo was very comfortably positioned to get that triple finished off, and, you know, just the same as his opponent on the other side, Aphelion Esports, with an overwhelming finish on offense. They are both with 14 and 15 stars apiece, really quite evenly matched on offense, and I'm kind of surprised now to, you know, try to piece together what sort of defense can hold them off. Kind of notably here, we didn't necessarily see the same sort of base design from Aphelion Esports that had worked against MCES, and I wonder if that's kind of a shakeup in approach to try to deny a specific attacker. Do you think that they have an idea for what QSFN might be weak against as well?
I'm guessing so, and that was one of the things I was literally about to mention, is that we didn't see that anti-2-star base. The fact that we haven't seen it here and they used it across the board with MCES seems like it was a play for their entire team, and maybe with QSFN they have a different idea up their sleeve. Or the other thing you have to think about for Aphelion is they have had to prepare bases for all of their matches so far, and at this point when they're in the final, it is the hardest to predict, right? Like, they knew they were going up against Penta, then they would be going up against MCES, but then who would they be going up in the final against? So it just gets trickier to predict the further on in the bracket you go. However, they've got that opening 3-star. They will be feeling a little bit more confident with 2 victories under their belt already. And SIO, who enjoys the P.E.K.K.A. smash, is indeed using it in this attack.
Yeah, I guess the last point I'd make about that, last discussion about ring bases is that MCES is an esports expertise squad prepped for a meta that they were anticipating. And, ring bases, popular as they are in Legend League, didn't really seem to be something that they were as prepared against for an esports event. So now that they are going up against QSFN, a squad with, I think, more broad-based experience than MCES, this could be a big reason why Aphelion has set up a different base design. But SIO starting off with a Warden and Queen Walk along the bottom right edge, ought to be able to get this Eagle Artillery down, and with still yet another Super Wall Breaker trying to crack in to help out this Barb King. Look at that. We got a log launcher rolling straight through as well. This could be a really long, piercing shot with a golem out in front to block.
Yeah, and he has broken into that most northern compartment. Very important for the Barbarian King to walk into there, clear that section out so that the P.E.K.K.A. moving through the middle of the base can just continue moving forward. And once the Town Hall is down, they know they don't have to go up towards that area. Royal Champion even reinforced to the top end of the base now, since he's got a little bit more reinsurance that the P.E.K.K.A. are en route to the Town Hall, and it looks pretty promising right now.
Oh yeah, this looks cracked. SIO does encounter a Tesla farm in the bottom left side of the base, popping up as a bit of a surprise there. He's already committed the Royal Champion, so that shield is not going to be easily targeting onto those Teslas, but might be able to wrap around to the backside anyways. Still, I think he's got plenty of troops over on the left corner there to be able to finish things off, and looking strong and happy to finish on this back edge with still 2 hero abilities left to use. Boom, boom, boom. The ability from the Royal Champion annihilates those Teslas, shutting down the electrical defenses on the left side, and should be enough to guarantee a 3-star for SIO.
Particularly with the Queen and her ability, still has the Unicorn there as well. The Queen could actually jump up over the spell at the top towards the multi-target Inferno, but looks like the Royal Champion has other ideas. She is there ready to take it down prior to the Queen even getting there. As I say that, she doesn't quite get that final strike in, and the Archer Queen is the one which just about takes it down. Woody, that ended up being a lot closer than we might have anticipated it was.
Yeah, narrowing down at the end there, but still a relatively healthy queen and a yak ready to charge in to help out those two wizards if things had gotten a little bit tricky toward the end. A P.E.K.K.A. smash from Sayo yields another 3-star result for Aphelion Esports. Happy to get another smile on their faces, especially as the leading team. You want to make sure that you don't give any 2-star openings to follow up from. So it's going to be back to QSFN to try to keep pace now. I think that they are up to the task. Caetano, a menace, ready to do it with a triple Lava Hound strike after he gets a massive Earthquake zap right in the center of the base.
Yeah, so he's obviously just going to be using what seems to be a smaller hero dive for this one. He does have the Stone Slammer selected, so that would indicate that he's going to use that alongside the Lava Loon attack. So only just a small hero dive, but given that, he should be able to get pretty good value here as long as everything goes to plan. King and Royal Champion in for the single and the enemy Queen. Clan Castle troops also lured, and he's hoping the Archer Queen will be able to snipe that Town Hall. Let's make sure she's not distracted too much. Royal Champion should keep the Clan Castle troops in that area for the moment, so the Archer Queen can pop the ability and take that Town Hall down.
Well, the ability got popped maybe a little bit early here. The invisibility spell comes out to try to protect and keep the focus on that right target. Town Hall goes down, but it was just barely edged out. Caetano has calculated exactly how much firepower he had to commit there and pulled it off nonetheless. Royal Champion charging in with the Stone Slammer. It's going to go down. Tries to get the bomb drop right there on the King, and boom, he's almost going to get finished off himself. Not much of a threat, though. Instead, he's going to be focusing on the backline defenses, where an air defense and a scatter shot are going to be the final things that this Lava Loon has to go for. I think Caetano's got it easy.
He's got a huge amount of balloons moving through, doesn't he? Still has that warden ability that he's only just pressed, so he can commit the spells towards the back-end scatter shot here. And look at that, a couple of red air bombs on the outside of the base, potentially thinking we would be seeing a Queen charge, but look at that! The balloons are getting hit one after another. They still have a pretty devastating area to go to at the top of the base here, Woody. Still has a freeze, and the balloons did take a bit of a hit. I'm interested to see what the health is like on all of those balloons, but there should still be enough.
Yeah, aggressive with the free spell, and I like that you would have popped that off as soon as you possibly can, but those balloons are all really low health after all. Tip top, they are getting popped. Caetano is stalling all the way to the end in a nosedive now, spinning around. The pups and the minions clean up as best they can, but with builder huts ready to repair, Kazuma's defenses have done it.
The red air bombs on the back end of the base were perfect here to defend the Lava Loon. And we've seen that a little bit more creeping back in, trying to use the red air bombs on the back end of the base. Even if you do not have all of the balloons taken out by the red air bombs, if you can weaken them so much that they move into that final area with little health, you've seen how quickly they were able to go down, particularly with the very fast attacking Tesla. So after 2 attacks, advantage to Aphelion Esports.
Do not underestimate the cherry bomb. Able to crack through any big clump of aerial troops, balloons, pups, minions, whatever it's gonna be. And even with just point defenses on the last line to strike, Caetano did not have enough troops left to finish it off. So let's go back to Shoya now of Aphelion Esports, where an opportunity has now presented itself. The 3-star puts them in the lead convincingly.
It certainly does, and making sure that they are not necessarily using the Lalo quite as much. Aphelion, when we asked them their favorite attack strategies, there was only SIO that did not answer the Lava Balloon attack. Everybody else did. However, they're trying to use other strategies, particularly if they think they could have been baited by QSFN. This one using the Inferno Dragons and the regular dragons. With that Battle Blimp look cutting from the left-hand side, wanting to use the early warden ability and making sure it gets all of the way to the Town Hall. He doesn't have a lot of backup plans here, though. Only the Royal Champion should it not make it.
Battle Blimp does get right next to the Town Hall, though. Pops the loons out, and with oh my goodness, the clones are out, but they are spinning around. Tornado Trap catches them, and the multi-target Inferno burns through all of them. Shoya just lost a big component to his army, and it's going to have to rely instead on the upper force on the top side here. Inferno Dragon down, and it's all about this La Loon. Hold on, I mean, the defense, the Lava Hound distracting a bit. Instead, it's going to be the Dragons trying to power on through and take out these multi-target Infernos. But I think Aphelion just really slipped up hard here, Judo.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I like the heal spell in the middle of the base there because it helped the dragon through that multi-target Inferno. Another Seeking Air Mine in the center could have been really helpful for QSFN. I don't think they would have got the multi-target Inferno had there have been a second Seeking Air Mine. But now he's just got to be patient. Knows he has over 1 minute left, the Royal Champion left to deploy, and he does only have that one skeleton spell. So down it goes. But once that wears out, the Royal Champion will be completely vulnerable. And this is what QSFN needed, because despite not getting the 3-star in that last attack, the attack was into the 90s, Woody. So the percentage very much up in their favor. And Shoya just trying to push as much as he can here with the hero abilities to try and match that.
He's got to get really far. I mean, a queen with a unicorn as well. Up against very few defenses. I don't think the 3-star is going to be likely, given that there's just 30 seconds and he'd have to crack over a wall, I think. But still, yeah, 92% is what we saw from QSFN. So if Shoya can topple that, that is still going to be a really good positioning for them here on the third round. He's passing the 80% mark. Unicorn's healing. Oh, he catches another skeleton trap. He's holding on to that queen ability for so long.
I think he's just waiting to deploy these 3 minions, but there's the 92, actually gets 93, so he can breathe a little sigh of relief, because it means Aphelion Esports are still in the lead, in control of the war. If they 3-star out from this point, then they would still win due to that 1%, irrespective of what happens on QSFN's attacks.
The slimmest possible lead, but it is worth all in the world. A penny, a single 1% for Aphelion Esports. But that's all you need to win by. The slimmest of margins still grants victory. The golden ticket is up for grabs, and even just the tiny pickup can get you there. But will this be a chance now for QSFN to drop another triple here and keep this war tightly contested? I'm not expecting to see 14 stars from both of these teams, so very good chance that percentage does wind up being decisive at the end.
Yep, well, if there is another drop in the attacks, then it could still go either way, because unless the drop was a 99%, then it wouldn't necessarily tie the percentages back up. But QSFN need to get the 3-star first to tie things up on stars and just be that 1% down, and then obviously continue from there. So there's still a lot of work to do, is what I'm saying. King and Royal Champion on that left-hand side, nicely diving into that compartment. Woody taking down the scatter shot. The Clan Castle troops have engaged, but he's already pressed the Queen ability, who's taken down that Town Hall. So despite the Clan Castle troops, he's pretty much already got what he wanted, and the Royal Champion can continue on to the middle.
Giovanni tosses the shield and gets some great value against those wizard towers, particularly threatening against balloons and not a whole lot else. So to get that strike in there, you know exactly what he is zeroed in on. You don't get to be the boss of Team Rocket without a lot of clever ploys and big damage dealing abilities here. Giovanni charges in the top side with the Eternal Tome, protecting those balloons from the multi-target Inferno, but no haste spell to keep them on target. They are going to have to go awfully fast, cracking through. They're taking a lot of damage. Oh, you see the surprise on his face. Can he keep this Warden close enough to protect them as they make it past the center mark. I think they're going to finish it off with just enough. It looks like a 3-star to me.
He looked very surprised, but to me, it seemed like he had it in the bag. But look at all of the red air bombs again towards the back end of the attack, taking down a huge group of balloons. Not enough, though. He had more than enough left in the pocket, so it is the 3-star that QSFN needed. Can you believe, Woody, after 3 attacks, there is 1 percentage point between these two teams? Incredible stuff, but APHELION Esports just edging towards that golden ticket at the moment.
Tiny advantage now for APHELION, but can they hold on to it? Back-to-back triples, and it's their war. It's their ticket. QSFN edging back in now as a Sui Lalo strike from Giovanni goes the distance. We started off with 2 pretty overwhelming hits from both of these squads, but things have really started to narrow now as the gap just becomes a little tiny opening, and every attack is going to matter extremely importantly. All 4 of them are going to be red button opportunities for one team to swing it toward them or keep it in their camp.
Indeed, and I wonder whether this is a momentum shift towards QSFN, because they now are moving into this next attack out of a 3-star, whereas APHELION, they only got the 2-star in the last one. So many different theories, but I'm sure the players have it all under control. 7 lightning spells with the Earthquake for this one onto that right-hand side, knocking down the Archer Queen, but also a good chunk of buildings, particularly the scatter shot, looking pretty dangerous down to that bottom area. Now gone.
It's a good funneling start here for Choco. That bottom corner now is not going to present much of a threat at all. He's going to be picking off base defenses all around the map. Rocket loons even to grab both an air defense and an archer tower. How is there nothing that can shoot the rocket loons? They're finally going to path on in and get taken down by a multi and the Royal Champion, but there's a big gap in air defenses on the top side of that base.
Yeah, when you find a weakness like that, you need to try and utilize it. And that was great recognition to exchange just for a couple of rocket balloons. He still has 3 of them left to go. So I wonder whether he has another area of the base he's thinking of doing that, or perhaps just to snipe off one of the remaining air defense. But you see the Archer Queen getting very low on health, using the invisibility because he knows once she locks to the town hall, if he uses that ability, it is well and truly secured. Down it goes, and now he can start the dragons.
And what a beautiful opening here with a gap on the bottom and the top left side. The dragons should all stay well clumped and protected. Early Eternal Tone keeps them safe from all sorts of damage raining down from above. The Eel Artillery is going to get a taste of this Barbarian King's Bone Club as he makes his way right next to this Royal Champion in that corner. Should be able to take out the air defense as well, and it's really just going to be that multi-target Inferno in the right center that could present another problem here for Choco. Stone Slammer in the top corner for that scatter shot, and this is looking like a cracked attack.
How is he keeping control of this? I am struggling to see everything that's happening. He's got the Stone Slammer now entering from the top, that single Dragon Rider at the bottom of the base doing so much work, but there's still a lot to go, and the single target Inferno, Woody, did not go down. A Dragon Rider gets there, but I don't think it's going to get it. It's getting burned up. Oh, he frees. Wow, that was a fantastic use of that spell, and he still has the 3 rocket balloons for the back end.
2 Teslas and an Archer Tower over there. He's just going to wait until the Barbarian King is out in front. Oh, he's got a Barb King. Beautiful. It's over. It's GG. Look at him laughing. This is just exactly what he was wanting at the final strike. Number 1, show us what you got. Choco from APHELION Esports keeps up the pressure all the way to the finish line. Another triple.
I would have loved to have seen when he dropped those 3 rocket balloons. 3-finger drop as the Dragon Rider came through, just as those defenses were tanked. Rocket balloons straight on top of them. Beautiful job. Exactly what was needed. and it moves them one step further. As we were saying, Aphelion Esports, if they triple out, they get the golden ticket, and now it is only one 3-star away. QSFN need to continue 3-starring themselves because it's not over. If Aphelion do slip up in the next attack, then they can go ahead and take it.
This is such an awesome storyline to see this squad underestimated by all of the other teams to not get the community vote in either of their wars so far in the past two. Loopzera is a mighty warrior, though. A 3-star is the least we could expect from him, and doing it in fantastic fashion as well. With 3 Hog Riders, he's actually brought to this Lava Loon Strike. I wonder where the surgical hit with them is going to come from. Is there an air defense that they can take down, or is it just a little bit of extra cleanup along?
Clan Castle is typically how we see it used, but it doesn't seem like he's doing that at the moment since the Archer Queen has already broke into that area. So yeah, maybe he does see an area of the base that he wants to use the Hog Riders for. Interestingly, turns the air defense invisible there just to push the Archer Queen away from the poison of the Town Hall. Very good play, and now we have the poison on attack. And the freeze. There you are, Woody. Exactly as you expected, but there's a giant bomb there. They should still be able to take that air defense down, though, to protect the healers.
Oh, another giant bomb. Little value for the Hogs, but still taking down an air defense is a big pick up for Loopzera now. Bottom side multi-target Inferno is going to start burning away at this siege barracks coming on out to try to get some more funneling work done here for this just single Lava Hound balloon hit. He spent so much of his spell capacity on this queen charge in the top corner. She better stay alive and do a lot more work because with a scatter shot now locked onto the healers, she is in dire straits. Forces out the ability. Loopzera, you need to recover now to keep this thing on a 3-star path.
He would have liked the Archer Queen to stay alive, but as long as she gets the Wizard Tower, which she does, that is pretty good value. Yes, he would have liked those defenses to the left-hand side, but he can't be dissatisfied with what the Archer Queen got. Royal Champion also getting that internal scatter shot is very helpful. One rage spell is left, but how many traps are on the back end of the base? Balloons already hitting red air bombs, and they've got a couple of splash defenses to go, Woody.
Scatter shot is just too much to handle. Look, he's got a rage spell dropped. He's going to stand up. He's staring this base down, but he is sweating, rubbing his forehead, thinking, hoping, praying, but there is no answer. The attack has diminished. It has stopped. It is over. The wave after wave of troops have crashed against the walls. Aphelion Esports still stands. When the dust has settled, Shoya's base will hold on. Loopzera is sent home, packing with a 2-star in the mid-80s. Their hopes for the star count gain staying even are down. Their hopes for a percentage win are crushed. And you can see the difficulty in managing such a big drop. Loopzera, one of the most skilled attackers in the game, surely sent up against one of the strongest bases that Aphelion could put together. But against MCES and now against QSFN, Aphelion Esports' defenses are golden.
They are holding up very strong, and you could see just how much it meant to Loopzera in that one. I remember back to the qualifiers where they got their silver ticket and he was able to fix Lava Loon attacks like nothing, but not that one. Now, let's set the scene here. It's not all over for QSFN. If they were to get an 83% 2-star defense here, the 3-star would tie it up on percentage. If they were to get an 82-star defense and then 3-star, they would actually take the victory. So they're still right there. 83% needed here for Aphelion Esports 2-star. But obviously they will be going for the 3, Woody.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty low percentage 2-star from Kazuma to even give QSFN the opportunity for a triple to come back over the top. I'm trying to run the math out here, and it looks like it's going to be a 76% that would keep Kazuma in the green light zone. So anything above that ought to be still in the win column for Aphelion. Is that right?
That's what I said. 82% would mean that QSFN could win. 83% would mean that they would be tied up if QSFN were to 3 stars. So it's into the 80s, not... I mean, it's a long shot for QSFN still, but it's definitely not something that we couldn't see.
Well, holding out hope for QSFN. The last defense is for P. Castro. A centralized multi-target Inferno is very likely going to be either the last defense still standing or something that falls early and will crack and wither. Kazuma's attack in the bottom side, though, is going to have to face off against an Eagle Artillery raining down throughout the entirety of the attack. A low and late Lava Hound is going to slow the entry here now, which a Rage spell is going to try to catch back up on, but that Eagle has had a lot of time to strike, firing away at these poor dragons who are just getting cooked up top. The defenses for Castro might just have this one.
Oh, I'm looking at that multi-target Inferno as well, Woody, because the Dragon Riders will peel down to the south. He actually gets one dragon go to the multi, but is that one dragon going to be enough? It's not looking likely as the Battle Builder is repairing it. At the same time, does it survive? Oh no, the dragon does indeed get it. That is huge for Aphelion Esports.
I don't know. I mean, 2 air defenses are going to be able to take down the dragons, but it's going to be up to the heroes now. There's still a Valkyrie left for Kazuma to use to try to block a few more shots out in front. Ground targeting Expo on the bottom corner now is going to be protected by an air defense. Does that go down? That is going to be another crucial point defense. No. And in fact, now it's going to start firing away. That pea shooter is upgraded to super bolts and is just going to wreck these poor heroes. And Bizspell is out. Misses the shot with the shield.
There you go.
There's still some more defenses on the back end, but they might be able to take it down after all. I think with the 2 stars and passing the 80% though, Kazuma is going to get the win for Aphelion Esports.
The win is confirmed due to that percentage, but he's still got the Queen ability, Woody. Wow. So he's going for the 14 stars again, meaning they do not win on percentage. They win on stars outright. Aphelion Esports are your golden ticket winners. Moving to the finals, QSFN have got their remaining attack to put on a show, but they cannot catch up at this stage.
What a finish. They get to the 14-star total after all. Back-to-back consistently high-performing results and outpacing expectations across the board. We have already seen in Queen Walkers a Japanese team advancing to the World Championship Finals, and now a second one has their golden ticket. It's going to be a match up against Tompanai Empire in a few weeks for this squad, which has exceeded all expectations. But let's give a walk-off performance from QSFN as P. Castro will deliver the final blow.
How must he feel at this stage, knowing it does not make any difference? And not only that, it's not like there's a next month to try again. It is done now. The final is right around the corner, but we have seen the class of QSFN. I know that they will be charging forward in the Clash of Clans esports scene. Interestingly, uses a heal spell here for his Archqueen and the healers. Not entirely sure what that was actually about.
Yeah, difficult to break down, and maybe our analysts can get a little bit more of an insight into what was happening at the top edge there. But you know, the Queen charge is going to be pretty safe throughout, nonetheless, with those healers. Oh, actually, soaking an air bomb there a little bit late with the coconut loon to try to catch, but nonetheless, the Town Hall is going to go down, and Picasso is going to be set up for this hybrid army, an attack strat that had seemed to be gaining a lot in favorability with the advance in levels there. Oh my goodness, a single Inferno burns up the Queen, though. Barely saves her with that freeze there.
Yeah, I wonder if the healers hit a red air bomb that I completely missed. I'm puzzled as to why he did that, unless it was an accident. Like you said, the Archer Queen, though, not having that ability now. The single Inferno burning her down. He's not got a freeze spell or anything to help out, but actually she gets the single target Inferno. So the hybrid is pushing through the bottom section, but there's already so much gone wrong right now with the Archer Queen about to fall. There she goes. I just don't think it's going to be enough. There's too much splash at the back end of the base. It doesn't make a difference, but it would have been nice for them to go out with another 3-star.
Holy smokes. Aphelion's defenses are something else. They have won war after war, denying the best attackers in this bracket. The strongest, highest hit rates, time and again, crash and crumble to the floor. Clash of Clans offense may be an in-the-moment plan and execute, but base building is something that you have weeks to perfect, and Aphelion Esports may have just won this tournament before they even showed up today. Pete Castro will come away with a surprising comeback to grab this 3-star after all, but Aphelion Esports' defenses all around have held on so strong.
I am very surprised he managed to get the 3-star there. Again, you could see the sheer emotion from him, but Aphelion Esports too strong for the